Jamal says, use lot play soccer, we play football. Relax, we're going to put you in your place. If the place is by us putting you in a spliff, and we're going to do it, baby.
First and foremost, England hasn't won a trophy since 1966, and they cheated to win that, so let's do that one.
And this man is from London, all right? But Gareth Southgate.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden people are saying, why are we doing Nations League? Nations League isn't important. These guys are tired, blah, 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 blah. Gareth Southgate.
Yeah.
They haven't won in three games in a row. They haven't scored, I think, in 3 games in a row. So now there's all these talks about firing him.
Yeah.
This is the most English thing you could do, is take a guy who took you to the Euros final.
And then fire him?
And then fire him because he didn't play. He hasn't played well since then.
I have a lot to say about this topic.
On the way to a World Cup.
I have a lot to say about this topic, first and foremost. First thing is, I have beef with Gareth Southgate since 1996, okay? I watched Euro 96 as a 6-year-old, and England lost to Germany in penalties. You know why? Gareth Southgate missed the penalty. Ever since then, me and him is on site.
You've been You've been off him. You've been like, I don't know how this dude is doing anything.
No, I've been vexed with him since 1996.
There you go, vexed, Jamal.
Yeah, just straight up, just I can't stand the guy.
How's this dude even kicking ball?
Yeah, because I grew up on Paul Gascoigne. That's one of my favorite players.
Right.
So Gaz is my guy. Seeing Gaza cry, like you made Gaza cry, like you're a prick now. Like, you know, as the English would say, go suck your mom.
Right.
You know, so
like Gaza, hate Tottenham.
Yeah.
I respect him.
Yeah,
he gets a pass.
Gaz is good. So second part of this,
I just found out he's still alive.
He is, and he's lived a harsh life.
Yes.
He's aged horribly. That's you know, that's addiction. I mean, the poor guy's an alcoholic and he's coke.
Yeah.
So, but that's aside the point. The second thing is, I had this discussion with the homies in a couple of my group chats. This is the most talented English generation they've ever had. I tweeted it and said arguably, but I'm gonna go on a limb and say this is the most talented English generation they've ever had. 1, because of the depth. 2, because
I would say yes, because of the depth. Because the thing is, they have 2 high quality, able to start and play well in a national competition, starters at every level.
Yes, at every level. And the thing is, I don't was like, oh, but they had Beckham and Scholes and Gerrard. It's like,
yeah, but that dropped off a cliff after
top
that.
Heavy.
Yeah,
it was
very
top heavy. Because no offense to him, he's a good player in his day.
Also, they really couldn't put it together, if we're being honest.
But what I'm trying to say is, like, no offense to them, but like back in the day, they had Darius Vassell coming off the bench. You now have Tammy Abraham, who's like one of the highest scorers in Serie A, coming off your bench. You have the luxury not to call up a Jadon Sancho, a Madison, a Rashford. These guys are chilling at home. You're playing Kieran Trippier as a right back, but you also have a ton of left backs who can play. You have your James Justins, you have your Tyreek Mitchells, Shaw, Chilwell. These guys are chilling at home, right? Some obviously injury.
The U.S. is benefiting from this depth because a lot of dual nationals are hopping over.
And like the fact that you cannot call up a Yunus Musa, who I think is the best player U.S. men's national team has, and that's the take. I know a lot of people are like, oh, but it's Pulisic. What is this?
He's also a kid. Yunus Musa is 19.
He's sick.
He's a monster.
Absolutely sick kid. So England has so much talent. It is obscene. Like Dean Henderson could have made a team back in the day. That's how good of a goalkeeper he is. Yeah. It's like England's a very talented generation. I just feel Southgate is, he's a ham and cheese sandwich. Like, it's very boring, but it gets the job done. There's nothing.
But isn't that what you need? This is the thing about England. Like, they want, I don't know what they want. They want the national team to be these world beaters. Yeah. But you're literally pulling players from clubs that don't play the same style. Yeah. They don't get to play that often with each other.
Yeah.
Which pause. What you would call it? Maybe they do. Right?
Happy Pride Month.
Hey, listen, England is a small country. You know, it's a short drive. If you really want to get down, Gavi's mom. Anyway, what you would call it? They don't get a chance to play on the same team with each other. They don't get a chance to really like develop the chemistry. And he's got them playing a relatively simple system.
Yeah.
It's not the most exciting, but they're winning. At the end of the day, Leicester City fans weren't mad that they were parking the bus when they won the league. You know what I mean? Like,
not in the slightest.
Sometimes boring gets it done.
Yeah.
Getting rid of Gareth Southgate now helps Iran, Wales, and USA.
Yeah.
More than anyone. Because who else are you bringing in?
I think at this point, it's just like that's the other thing too, is like if you fire Gareth Southgate in the middle of a World Cup year, you don't have anybody you're going to get rid of. Second of all, the English FA is not doing that. So let's get that out the way. The third thing is like, again, who are you bringing in?
Who are you bringing in?
You're not gonna
Pochettino?
You're not going to go get Glenn Hoddle. You're not gonna get
who's my guy from Watford? That was just at Watford.
Roy Hudson.
Roy Hudson.
Yeah. First of all, Uncle Roy needs to go sit down. You're like almost 8 years old. Uncle, like go and rest. I
Dog,
like,
go smoke a cigar. Have a pint glass of
you
wine.
had a great career, man. Like you've done a lot as a manager. But that's the thing is like right now England has nobody to replace their manager, and it just is what it is. I think that tactics are boring. It's very boring, but again, it's weird because it's just like certain players just don't play as well as they do for their club. Like when I see Trent play for England, what are you doing?
Bro, Jamal just said, LOL, USA ain't getting out the group. So you think Wales and Iran are going to get out of the group? That's crazy.
Jamal, I'm going to tell you this as somebody who grew up in the U.S. soccer system. This is a scary team.
Bro.
They're good.
I've been talking wild shit, but you won't believe it until you see it. I think we either draw or beat England.
I don't have this is like, that WWE with the when they had like the custody.
Yeah.
That's the game for me.
Yeah?
Yeah. Who's winning my heart?
You're like, look.
Which colonizer is going to win my heart?
You're like the moms who have the split jerseys when their kids play for both teams.
But the back is Nigeria. The back of the jersey is Nigeria.
Yo, that actually would be a fire kid. I'm not going to lie to you.
This US team is I like this team a lot.
You know what? Jamal said go get Arsene Wenger. Arsene Wenger for the English national team.
Man, leave Uncle Arsene alone. Let him just be old in peace.
Yeah.
And let him just be handsome.
He's just constantly laying on grass.
Yeah, like let him cool out, man. Like let Uncle Arsene be Uncle Arsene, man. Like he's just he doesn't need a coach anymore. He's a legend.
Bro, Del Boy, whatever edible you popped about half an hour ago just hit. Because he said in the chat, for English national team manager, he said Bielsa or Poch. Could you imagine?
First and foremost,
Marcelo Bielsa.
Hold on. First and foremost, I'm going to give you a live history lesson, so I'm not even on Twitter. Do you know what the Falklands are?
Homie.
Do you not know what the Argentine and English beef is?
He would lose his Argentine citizenship if he managed the English national team.
Do you not know how many Argentines who never coach the English national team? You talking about after the Falklands? My guy, you're wilding.
All right, let's say Marcelo Bielsa is Chilean. He is who he is, but he just doesn't happen to be Argentinian. Could you imagine the level of maniac he is? As a national team coach, bro, it takes 6 to 7 months for players to learn what to do in his system because it's maniacal. And also, your center backs have to be good enough to be midfielders. Harry Maguire bringing the ball up?
That's his specialty. To be fair, that's what Harry does well. I'll say this much though. Shout out to Carl Anker.
Harry Maguire runs into space well.
Yeah.
He ain't all of a sudden taking over your number 8.
Fair enough. I'll say this much though. Shout out to Carl Anker for telling me about this. You know what murder ball is? What Bielsa does?
Of course. Yo, so I've heard a couple different descriptions of this.
Yeah.
It's before the match.
No. It's like just training.
No, but I heard he does this before the match.
Yes.
He said, what is it? It's like a 9v9.
Yeah.
And when a ball goes out, another one is immediately tossed back in.
Just going hard. Like literally just
running.
Yeah. Like there's no clock limit, but you have to go intense, like 130%, just killing yourself. Just literally just murdering yourself. So it's called murder ball because
I heard he does this before actual games.
I wouldn't be shocked. Bielsa's not a normal human being.
Could you imagine Harry Kane running for 90 minutes before having to play?
No. Could you imagine just Calvin Phillips, who has Calvin Phillips has done it before.
Yeah, he's got an engine. He's
done that before. But
you know what? Of all the English national team players, Kyle Walker could do it. Yeah. Calvin Phillips could do it.
For sure.
I can see possibly Bukayo Saka could do it.
Declan Rice definitely could do it.
Declan Rice got an engine on him. Grealish, I even think might be able to do it.
Possibly, but then.
But I think you've hit the end of the list of players that could do it. Other than goalkeepers that could play 2 matches in a row.
Hey man, England. But I just thought about it now. England's just playing for Kaya Tomori.
Wow.
That depth is insane. And I think that's the best place to end it because England is nuts. And they're
Jamal says, use lot play soccer, we play football. Relax, we're going to put you in your place. If the place is by us putting you in a spliff, we're going to do it, baby.
First and foremost, England hasn't won a trophy since 1966, and they cheated to win that. So let's do that one.
And this man is from London, all right? All the smoke. 11v11, no throw-ins. That's it. Yeah. It's 11-11. So he plays normally full 90. Yeah. Non-stop, no halftime, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I think he switches sides.
Yeah, just murder ball. And the thing is, to hear it be called murder ball, why would I want to put myself through that?
Bielsa's Argentina remains my favorite, and it took a minute for it to come together.
First and foremost, that Argentina Bielsa team beat Nigeria in 2002. Nigeria has played Argentina every...
That wasn't Riquelme, was it?
Huh?
Was Riquelme on that team?
I cannot remember. I know Batistuta was on that team.
Batistuta's a beast,
Pochettino was on that team. And Ortega was on that team.
Was Pochettino on that
In
team?
the 2002 World Cup, he was.
Wow.
He played with J.J. Okocha and Ronaldinho, but he was on that team. Look up 2002 World Cup Pochettino. He was there, long hair and all. Looking like the villain from Bad Boys 2. He was there. 100% he was there.